Recently, I have noticed a decline in GorillaTag. When I say that, I'm talking about the content just being terrible at this point, and the fact that GorillaTag has been at an all-time low recently with the player count. But you saw the title and the thumbnail, and you clicked on this video for a reason, and it's most likely to figure out why GorillaTag is dying. And in today's video, I have 3 reasons for why GorillaTag is dying. And starting with the first reason, content slop. And you probably already know what content I'm talking about, but just in case you don't, I'll give you a brief overview. So since the Backroom movie is releasing soon, the GorillaTag community made a Backrooms map in Virtual Stump. And with this Backroom map, there has been one problem with content, which would be sub-farming. Here's one video for an example.
You just got trapped in the Backrooms. No food, no water. How long are you there for? If you scroll, you're there forever. If you like the video, you're there for a day. If you leave a comment, your friend gets teleported with you. If you subscribe, you're there for 1 hour. And if you do all, you're only there for 1 second. How long are you there for? And that's how.
So that's pretty much what every sub-farm video is like right now. They tell you that you're going to be trapped in the Backrooms, but then give you options that can reduce your time in there. Most of the people reacting to this content are little kids. Little kids see that the more they interact with the video, the less time they would hypothetically have to spend in the Backrooms. So as any little kid would, they comment, like, and subscribe so that they don't have to spend any time in the Backrooms. While this may make you feel good at the time, this is terrible for content creation, especially for your channel in the long run. Because once that little kid subscribes to your channel, they're never going to look at any of your videos again. So you wouldn't even be making a real fan base. So while you may have 100,000 subscribers, you could only be getting 1,000 views on a video. And one of the major problems with this is that it reflects on how the GorillaTag community looks to new players. When a new GorillaTag player goes on YouTube to watch GorillaTag videos, one of the first things they will likely see is one of these sub-farm videos. This new player probably won't want to play GorillaTag as much anymore because of how sloppy the content is. They may think that GorillaTag content creation is all about just getting up and posting and then never playing the game again. This is going to make new players think that GorillaTag isn't even about tag or having fun anymore. When you make videos like these, it just hurts the community even more. Here's a video about someone talking about this problem. I would really recommend to go look at their video because it is super well thought out and created. But look at this short of someone talking about this problem.
There's a serious problem with GorillaTag content. Recently, there's been a trend where the viewer is stuck in the Backrooms, and the more they interact with the video, the more help they get in the scenario. But here's the problem. A lot of GorillaTag creators aren't making these videos to entertain people. They're making them to farm interactions. Some creators are gaining
thousands of subscribers from these videos,
but most of these viewers never come back or become real fans.
If you haven't been able to tell already, this problem is widely disliked across the GorillaTag community. It just shows how so many people have lost all of their creativity. I think that as of now, this is the biggest reason GorillaTag is dying. As an overview, this GorillaTag problem has been widely spread across the community, and people just want to feel that adrenaline rush of seeing their subscriber count go up every second. Instead of building an actual fan base, they're just sub-farming and not making a real fan base, and people will most likely never come back and watch the videos. This one shouldn't take too long, but this is something that is really affecting the community. One example of a map change that the community didn't really like was caves. Because before the map was changed, the map was so nice with the crystals, and then you could play mini games in the mine. But after they changed it, all it did was create a sense of nostalgia for the players who always played in caves. But another map is canyons, and the same thing happened with that. But in my opinion, the map is better. It's just people get a strike of nostalgia. I think another reason why people miss the OG maps is because they remember how nice people were and how much fun they had before they changed. So people assume if that they had the OG maps back, people would just become a lot nicer because that's what their most recent memory of them was. Now for the overview, people just get really nostalgic sometimes, and they really miss the old times whenever they didn't have a lot of stuff to do. This is probably one of the easier ones to explain, but the hardest one to accept. And sometimes you just gotta look at yourself and realize that you're getting older and that you have more responsibilities than nothing. You may be going to high school, you may have a lot of homework, you may have a bunch of trips planned with your family, and it goes on and on. Now that you're getting older and having more responsibilities and things to do, you don't have as much time to play your favorite games. And even if you do have time playing games after a long day, you're not going to want to get on GorillaTag and stay super active after you just had a super long day. You're going to want to lay in bed and play a game on your gaming console. And like everything works in life, things die out and new trends are created, and sadly, I think it's probably about time that GorillaTag has died out. I do not want GorillaTag to die out because I really love the game, but it's kind of just something I have to accept that it's probably going to happen soon. Because since people are starting to play the game less, it's becoming less profitable, so who knows, maybe the servers could shut down just like it happened in the Rec Room. But the main takeaway from this is that you aren't a little kid anymore. You have other things to do, and you can't just spend all your time playing Gorilla Tag. That's it for the video. I hope you guys can have a grasp on why Gorilla Tag is dying. If you have any more ideas or theories to why Gorilla Tag may be dying, leave them in the comments down below. But really, if you don't want Gorilla Tag to die, then make sure you keep playing the game, because really the only reason Gorilla Tag is dying is because of the community.